Right, so the problem that I have with this neck is from this mark here, that piece is going to be inside the body in a huge neck pocket, which means I can't create any kind of break angle. So when I do the fretboard, no, let me start again. So the break angle is going to have to be adjusted by the nut at this end and the bridge at that end, because I cannot angle this at all. So what I'm going to have to do with the fretboard is to taper it so that this end is about 4 millimeters thicker than that end. Damn. Okay, I'm ready to radius my fretboard using a fretboard radiusing jig. I'm putting the body end of the fretboard at 14-inch radius and the nut end at a 10-inch radius. Now, because I'm having to create the break angle out of the fretboard, I've had to shim the rails on my router sled to create that angle. So what we've got now is the nut end is about 7 millimeters, still needs to be sanded down, and the body end is about 11 millimeters. So we've got 4 millimeters between the two ends, I think. Still got a lot of sanding to do. As I mentioned in my previous video, I'm only going to be fretting the fretboard up to the 14th fret. So in the unplayed, unfretted section above that, I've inlaid a Roman numeral 12 in soapstone. I made a bone nut with the leftovers after a lamb shank dinner. That's what, 3 and a little bit millimeters, good enough for government work. The wood that I chose for the body is a lovely African hardwood called kiat. Unfortunately, by the time I'd finished planing it flat, it was too narrow for 2 pieces to make up the body of an S-type. So I inserted a strip of wenge in the middle, and that made it perfect. I used my existing S-type to trace the shape onto the wood, and then I roughly cut it out with a jigsaw. Clamping the guitar body down with a straight edge allowed me to cut the edges of the neck pocket very accurately.
I used a drill with a Forstner bit to remove most of the material from the middle of the neck pocket. I had a piece of yellow insulating tape around the Forstner bit as a depth gauge. Those birds that you can hear with the incredibly ugly call in the background are hardy-dar ibises. I then used the straight edge to help control the router to route out all the remaining wood in the middle of the neck pocket. When I'd finished the routing, the neck fitted the neck pocket pretty well. There's just a slight gap at the front, which I'm going to have to sort out.